But let's answer some questions here. Here's a good one from AOTV Productions who says, "Hey Eric, what do you think about Triple H calling out quote unquote old timer podcasters? Do you think he's referring to you? Are you an old timer podcaster? Or is he referring to other people? Are you included in that now?"
I guess I am, right? I mean, I am a legend.
Yeah, you are. Come on now.
I am. Well, at least that's what they put on graphics. Whenever they put me on TV, they put WWE legend. So I guess I've done a lot of those legend type of interviews. So I'm, and I'm old, 70. I'll be 70, next month. So I'm old, and I'm a podcaster and proud of it. So I guess because I'm old and because I'm a podcaster, yes, he was referring to me. And it doesn't even bother me. Now, he may have somebody else in mind when he was saying it.
Right.
But generally, yeah, it fit into that category. And I'm proud of it. I think it's kind of cool.
Bushin Ryu Cat says, Conrad, with Pat McAfee about to wrestle Gunther and rumors of Nick Aldis returning to the ring, should commentators get more physically involved to raise their stock or stick to improving their verbal skills? I don't think that's just a cut and dry answer. Like, we know that Nick Aldis, like before he came to WWE, he was a full-time wrestler. Now he's a full-time wrestling character, but he owns a supplement company. He's in phenomenal shape. I think he's just waiting on the opportunity to wrestle. And we know that Pat McAfee is a professional athlete who has wrestled in the WWE before on and off in high profile matches and opportunities. I think we should get a carve out there. I don't think we're advocating that Taz, who we know is retired, and Tony Schiavone or Jim Ross or Michael Cole. I don't think we're saying they can go wrestle, right? But those two guys, they're different, right?
Yeah, they're both crazy. Well, Nick is not crazy. Nick is one of the smartest. He's a thinker. Nick Aldis is a thinker. Really respect him. He's a smart guy. And he's obviously in great shape and probably would love to get in the ring. And I think if he and McAfee can do something together, apart, whatever, I think that would be a great, entertaining, and effective shot. I think it'd be fun, and they should. But to really answer the question, speaking about wrestlers in general, getting more involved, I don't think that's a great idea. And the way the question was phrased, should they get involved in the ring or just work on getting better with their verbal skills? I mean, that's suggesting that they're not already good. I kind of reject that. I think the question is, for me at least, would be if I were going to use an announcer in something that evolved into a match or physicality, you'd want to do that on a very limited basis. That's something that you can do every once in a while, maybe every couple of years with the right person, and make it make sense and have fun with it. But if you go to that well too often, it's just another storytelling device and it loses its impact. And over time becomes somewhat meaningless, and you kind of lose the distance you really need between your announce team and your in-ring action. This should be kind of separate. The minute you start merging them, yes, it can work once every few years under the right situations, but if you do it too much, bad idea.
Eric, we've got some live questions coming in here. This one comes to us from Corey James, who says, Eric, Conrad, we just got home with our daughter, Lynn Lee, born Wednesday. Can baby James get a shout out from the greatest podcaster of all time? What say you, Eric?
Lynn Lee James, we are so glad to have you here. I know you don't understand a word what I'm saying right now, but somewhere later on in your life, your dad's going to replay this for you. We are so glad that you're with us here on this planet and as an 83 Weeks fan well into the future.
Why don't you hit Lynn Lee with a little too sweet action?
Hey, Lynn Lee. Too sweet.
Come on,
baby
now.
Girl.
Come on now. Gutentag says, we don't want Real American Freestyle. We want Thunder in Paradise too. Is that something we're going to go fundraise for? Does Left Lane Capital have an interest in reviving the greatest syndicated television program of my childhood, besides Baywatch? Thunder in Paradise.
From what I understand, they're interested in micro leagues. So, probably not a Thunder in Paradise 2 fan.
I don't know why, but that makes me laugh. Darren has a question about RAF. He says, what kind of wrestlers are we going to expect in this promotion, and what TV network will it be on? Stay tuned. There's been a handful of names announced, but Eric, I've heard some rumor and innuendo about some other big names in the background that you guys have yet to reveal. I can't confirm or deny those. I don't know if I'm even getting the straight truth, but there's a lot of fun announcements still to come about Real American Freestyle. Fair to say?
Yeah, very fair to say. We have some of the top athletes, elite wrestlers from all over the world. These are not just elite U.S. wrestlers. These are from all over the world. And as tempted as I am to reveal some of them now, because I do want to share, as much inside information as I can with our listeners, I don't want to steal the thunder from these athletes either. So they're going to be announced. You're going to be hearing names consistently all the way up until August 30th.
I'm excited to see what's next for RAF, but I'm also interested in what's happening over in WWE. There's been some reports that Liv Morgan has joined the cast of a major motion picture. And I guess CM Punk was recently interviewed by Deadline and had this to say about his career direction. I have pre-existing relationships and projects I work on that are grandfathered into my WWE contract. I typically do Monday Night Raw live on Netflix every week. But if I need to dip out for 2 weeks to shoot an independent film, I can always do that. We're trying to petition Netflix to do a 3rd season of Heels. I have 2 projects coming down the line that I'm very excited about. One is the television show Revival that will air on Sci-Fi, and a really, really fun movie called Night Patrol, which is written and directed by Ryan Prowse. I love the idea of WWE talent having an opportunity to do more of this. Once upon a time, with their crazy schedule of 2 live television shows during the week, and then more often than not, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday live events, that seemed impossible. I mean, once upon a time, they were running 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday. It feels like we're moving away from that, and I can't help but think that WWE will get more of a return on their investment doing it this way than they would the old live event model. Clearly, Shapiro and Ari Emanuel see that vision. What do you think of this, Eric?
I think it's great. And I think one of the advantages, I mean, WWE has so many advantages when it comes to the depth of the roster and the quality of their talent, that they can afford now to let a Cody Rhodes have some time off, whether it's to pursue outside interests or just to heal up and get grounded and reconnect with your family. Because as you pointed out, Cody's been burning both ends of the candle, and being able to cycle your talent in and out for any number of reasons is a really good thing. When you can manage, when you have so much talent that you don't have to keep grinding them week after week after week because your business is financially dependent upon them. When you have such a depth of talent that you can shift your storylines and in some ways allow talent to cycle out, again, to get time away for whatever reason, is also a benefit, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. And when you cycle out a Cody Rhodes, or you cycle out a Roman Reigns, or you cycle out a CM Punk, even if it's for a couple of weeks, there are ways that you can keep that story alive and build in anticipation during that absence. And also, like I said, it just gives the audience a little bit of relief from the creative fatigue of seeing the same characters week in and week out, and then on the live shows week in and week out. It can be done. It's hard, managing talent and availability and cycling them in and cycling them out is it's a complicated, challenging task, but it certainly can be done when you have a deep talent roster.